provide all them information to you.
Well, let me ask you this. I want you to talk to her. What if she told me that you beat the piss out of her and you jumped on top of her and started punching her in the face? Should I just go ahead and take that?
Okay, but don't you know?
Your side of the story. Give your side.
And you're just talking to her though. With the information that she gave, can't she tell you?
You want me to just take everything she says?
I'm not from
here. Okay, but you want me to just take everything she says?
I'm not from here. I don't know her exact answer. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
If my mind gets ruined, my life is ruined. Because then you can't think, you can't do things, you don't know what the fuck you're doing in life. It's like literally everything is the quality of your ability to think. And I knew that I was putting that in jeopardy.
Victim's identity will not be released in accordance with Marshals law. On October 29, 2025, at approximately 2:15 p.m., the victim entered the Miami Gardens Police Department, accompanied by her attorney, to report an incident.
Before the punches, the belts, and the bright lights, there is a darker story that has boxing fans stunned worldwide. The victim's identity will remain protected under Marsy's law, but the timeline is clear and serious. On October 29, 2025, around 2:15 p.m., the victim walked into the Miami Gardens Police Department with her attorney and formally reported an incident that has now exploded into public debate. Leaked arrest body cam footage has sent shockwaves through social media, and Joe Rogan did not hold back. He called the footage shocking, disturbing, and a brutal wake-up call. According to Rogan, this moment is bigger than boxing. He believes Gervonta Davis must face himself, rebuild his discipline, and strengthen his mind once he is released. This fight isn't about knockouts or highlights anymore. This is about accountability, consequences, and whether a champion can truly change when the cameras are off, forever defining moments.
All those feelings of weakness that are inside of you.
Yeah. And it acts as like a forcing mechanism for discipline.
Yeah.
Tank Davis now finds himself at the center of a storm as a police confrontation follows the victim formally filing charges, instantly pulling law enforcement, media outlets, and the public into the situation. What was once controlled inside the ring has spilled into real life, where flashing lights replace spotlights and questions replace cheers. Authorities are taking the matter seriously, while cameras track every move, headline, and reaction. Social media debates rage non-stop, dividing fans and critics, and the pressure continues to mount with each passing hour. This incident has transformed from a private allegation into a full-scale public spectacle, forcing Davis to confront consequences beyond boxing, where reputation, responsibility, and personal choices now matter as much as titles alone.
What do I mean? I like the job. Come over here, guys. You didn't keep something out of your house, you know. You know what? I don't have to. I'm sorry. I don't have to do what? Put your hands on her? No, I didn't. Of course, you're gonna tell your extra shit. Okay. Why you asking that? That's my job.
Joe Rogan believes this moment could redefine Gervonta Davis's entire future, and not inside the boxing ring. Rogan explains that it feels like Tank has lost the genuine fire that once drove him, the hunger that made training meaningful and competition exciting. According to Rogan, boxing now looks like an obligation rather than a passion, something Davis does because he can, not because he loves it. Rogan suggests that once Davis steps away, he should search for something that truly excites him, something that gives him purpose and discipline again. Whether it's a different craft, business, or personal pursuit, Rogan stresses that real fulfillment matters. Without passion, even champions drift, and Rogan believes rediscovering joy is the only way Tank can rebuild himself completely and find peace beyond fame alone.
Finding a pursuit or a passion or something that you truly love, that's engaging and challenging, that is exciting for you, and it advances you as a person. And the lessons that you learn in pursuing that thing, you apply to everything in your life.
Everything in life.
Yeah.
Miami Gardens police announced that they are actively looking for Gervonta Davis, escalating the situation surrounding the ongoing investigation. Authorities confirmed they are working closely with the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force as they attempt to locate the boxing star. The charges listed are serious, including false imprisonment, battery, and attempted kidnapping, all tied to an alleged incident involving his ex-girlfriend. According to police, these accusations have elevated the case beyond a routine inquiry into a multi-agency operation. As news spreads, public pressure continues to build, sponsors react, and fans watch closely as Davis's future hangs in the balance, with legal consequences now threatening to overshadow everything he built inside the ring and define the next chapter of his life.
By her attorney to report an incident that occurred on October 27, 2025. According to the victim's statement, at approximately 4:15 a.m. while working, the victim was approached by Mr. Davis. The victim reported that Mr. Davis grabbed her by her back of her head, pulling her by her hair with one hand and by her throat with the other. He forcefully escorted her down a stairway and toward the parking garage while maintaining his grip on the back of her head. Upon reaching the parking garage, the victim reported that Mr. Davis released her, at which point she was able to run towards her co-workers for safety. The victim further reported that she has known Mr. Davis since 2022, and they were previously involved in an intimate relationship for approximately 5 months, which ended about a month prior to the incident. Lead Detective Gary Florencio obtained and reviewed video surveillance footage that corroborates key elements of the victim's statement. As a result of the diligent and hard work of our Special Victims Unit, an arrest warrant has been issued for Gervonta Bryant Davis on the following charges: battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping. The investigation determined that Mr. Davis used force to restrain and attempt to remove the victim from the location against her will. At this time, the Miami Gardens Police Department is actively working with the United States Marshals Fugitive Task Force to locate.
The situation intensified after a user named Hassan Onks posted online claiming police confirmed they have video evidence supporting allegations that Gervonta Davis assaulted his ex-girlfriend. According to the post, authorities believe the footage strengthens their case and explains why efforts to arrest Davis have accelerated. While officials have not publicly released the video, sources indicate investigators are carefully reviewing all digital evidence connected to the incident. Police have reportedly been actively searching for Davis as the investigation continues, treating the allegations with urgency and seriousness. Each new update fuels media attention, online debate, and public pressure, turning the case into a non-stop headline. As law enforcement pursues his arrest, questions grow louder about accountability, responsibility, and the long-term impact on Davis's career. What happens next could permanently reshape his legacy, proving that actions outside the ring can carry consequences far heavier than any punch ever thrown in modern boxing.
Miami Gardens police. Davis is accused of attacking a woman who works at a gentleman's club back in October. She says he left her battered and bruised. Police are not releasing the name of the woman or the club. They did say the pair had dated in the past. Now there is a warrant out for his arrest.
The victim reported that Mr. Davis grabbed her by her back of her head, pulling her by her hair with one hand and by her throat with the other.
Last month, 3 months before this incident, he was accused of assaulting the mother of his children, an episode that allegedly happened on Father's Day. Several previous charges were dropped when the alleged victims, though.
IFN Boxing reported on X that an arrest warrant has been issued for WBA lightweight champion Gervonta "Tank" Davis, sending shockwaves through the boxing world. According to ESPN, the warrant stems from an alleged domestic violence incident that reportedly occurred in October in Miami Gardens, Florida. Law enforcement sources and court documents state the incident allegedly took place at a gentleman's club where the alleged victim was employed. The charges listed are battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping. Allegations analysts stress are extremely serious and carry heavy legal consequences. Miami Gardens police have confirmed they are actively working with the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force to locate Davis, and the search for him is ongoing. Analysts explain that this move is not routine and signals a more aggressive phase of the investigation. Legal experts point out that Davis has not turned himself in, a factor that appears to have directly influenced how authorities are handling the case. When law enforcement brings in a fugitive task force, it usually means they believe a suspect may be difficult to locate or could be avoiding contact. As this fast-moving situation continues to unfold, analysts agree this case has now moved beyond speculation, becoming a serious legal battle that could have lasting consequences for Gervonta Davis both inside and outside the ring.
Also known as Tank. Victim reported that Mr. Davis grabbed her by her back of her head, pulling her by her hair with one hand and by her throat with the other. He forcefully escorted her down a stairway and toward the parking garage while maintaining his grip on the back of her head. The victim further reported they were previously involved in an intimate relationship for approximately 5 months. Lead Detective Gary Florencio obtained and reviewed video surveillance footage that corroborates key elements of the victim's statement. As a result of the diligent and hard work of our Special Victims Unit, an arrest warrant has been issued for Gervonta Bryant Davis on the following charges: battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping. The investigation determined that Mr. Davis used force to restrain and attempt to remove the victim from the location against her will. The Miami Gardens Police Department is actively working with the United States Marshals Fugitive Task Force to locate and apprehend Mr. Davis.
What's up, everybody? Marcos Villegas for Fight Up TV, and let's get straight into it because this is a serious and developing situation involving Gervonta Davis. So what exactly happened? According to law enforcement and court documentation, an arrest warrant has been issued for Gervonta Davis stemming from an alleged domestic violence incident that reportedly took place back in October in Miami Gardens, Florida. Police say the incident occurred at a gentleman's club where the alleged victim worked. The charges listed on the warrant are battery, false imprisonment, and attempted kidnapping. As of now, authorities say that Gervonta has not turned himself in, which is a critical detail in how this case has unfolded. And this is where things change. Miami Gardens Police confirmed they are working now with the U.S. Marshals Fugitive Task Force to locate and arrest Gervonta Davis. This doesn't just happen automatically. When someone has an active warrant and law enforcement believes they may be difficult to locate, avoiding contact, or capable of crossing jurisdictions, U.S. Marshals are often brought in. For you guys wondering, what exactly do the U.S. Marshals do? I got you. They are the oldest federal law enforcement agency in the country, operating under the Department of Justice, and they specialize in the following: tracking and arresting fugitives, assisting with high-profile warrants, running joint task forces with local police, protecting federal courts.
As this story continues to unfold, one thing is clear. Gervonta "Tank" Davis is standing at a crossroads that could define the rest of his career and his life. With serious allegations, an active warrant, and law enforcement escalating their efforts, the spotlight has shifted completely away from boxing and onto accountability, choices, and consequences. Fans are watching closely, not just to see what happens legally, but to understand whether Davis can finally break the cycle that has followed him for years. Talent has never been the issue. Power has never been the question. Discipline, focus, and decision-making have always been the real fight. Analysts agree that even if Davis returns to the ring one day, nothing will matter unless he first handles what's happening outside of it. Legacy isn't only built on wins, knockouts, and belts. It's built on character when things go wrong. This is a critical moment, and how it's handled will echo far beyond any future matchup. We'll continue following every update closely and bring you the facts as they develop. If you want to stay informed, make sure you like this video, share it with other boxing fans, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any breaking news, deep breakdowns, or real talk coverage. Turn on notifications and stay locked in, because this story is far from over.